Here I am doing another little minis review, and this time I definitely needed a drink. Yeah, so this fragrance makes me want to drink. It makes me want to smoke, and it makes me want to fling myself down a flight of fucking stairs. Sorry for the blunt and maybe brash uh, response to this fragrance, but it's unbelievable. So in any case, I apologize if I offended you with my swearing, but we're all done with the swearing. Now I'll take on the rest of the review and be a little more tame. So when you have names like Dominique Ropion and Olivier Polge attached to a fragrance, you have high expectations. Dominique Ropion, great perfumer, one of my favorites from Frederic Malle, is created by this guy, that being Geranium Pour Monsieur. And, of course, Olivier Polge freaking goes down in the history of one of the best perfumers for me. Midnight in Paris, Kir Beluga, Dior Homme, etc. Dominique Ropion also did the... oh, no, sorry. I was thinking of another perfumer. Sorry, scratch that. In any case, so anyways, either way, both perfumers have a long list of fragrances that they've created that have been great, outstanding. And typically when we talk about, for me, when I talk about Paco Rabanne as a house, I'm pretty turned off by the house, to be honest with you. I do like loud fragrances. I do like fragrances that stand out. I like fragrances that are potent. I like fragrances that may or may not get you the look like cologne guy. I don't give a shit about that. I want it to be potent. I want it to be, outstanding. I want it to be something that's going to project. I want it to be something that's going to get attention. Great. So Paco Rabanne does that, definitely. But with this fragrance, or any other fragrance for that matter from this house, I'm underwhelmed, to basically put it honestly and bluntly. So first and foremost, Paco Rabanne as a house has one release, one and one only, that I consider to be bottle-worthy, and that is actually a flanker of the original Paco Rabanne's 1 million. So I'm going to give a little backstory on that as well. When I first started this whole hobby, craziness, whatever you want to call it, I was blind buying a lot off of other reviewers' recommendations. Paco Rabanne 1 million being one of them. I hated it. I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it. It's just not me. It's not for me. I don't like it. And of course that stuff has a hype train. Now, other people really did enjoy it on me, which is why I kept my bottle for so long. If you see in like my past top 15 most complimented fragrances, designer, etc., it made it in the list, and that's because it is for the crowd of like 16 to 25, I'd say it's a great choice for clubbing and stuff, but for me personally, I just don't like it. There's way better fragrances that suit me and my image much better than that fragrance. So I didn't like it, but other people do like it, so I'll just put it that way. Anyways, so the Paco Rabanne Intense came out, and I absolutely love that fragrance, and I think it's kind of funny because it shares the same DNA, but somehow it's juicier and has more cinnamon, and there's like an added cumin note, so it's more complex. Anyways, only fragrance that I've ever come across from Paco Rabanne that I consider to be bottle-worthy. Now, to get to this little mini review, I purchased a fragrance today at Macy's, and I got these samples here because I was reading online from some people saying, oh, this fragrance, it's getting too bash, blah, 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 because of the tacky bottle and all that kind of stuff. Typically speaking, I do like a nice presentation. Obviously, I think most of us do. Anybody who has like a more artistic eye definitely can appreciate. I mean, most people can appreciate stuff that looks nice, but especially if you have like an eye for like anything artistic, I guess. And I'm a photographer, and I do draw, so I do like the more structured, architectural sort of constructed bottles. Like Prada does that very well. For example, their Prada Amber Pour Homme is actually one of my favorite bottles I've ever seen, just because the way it's like offset, the sprayer and everything's offset from the rest of the bottle, and it has a little plaque on it. So anything like that, or like Dior Homme is a nice presentation, stuff like that. So typically speaking, I do like a nice presentation, but it's not what captures me the most. Obviously, the only thing that's really important is the juice inside. So I do have tacky bottles. Obviously, one of my favorite fragrances ever has a tacky bottle. That's Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. Got the ab guy in the background. It's really unnecessary. Whatever, that's their image. That's fine. But with this one, as you can see, the bottle there. Everybody get a good look? Okay. So, Invictus by Paco Rabanne. I understand what they're going for here. That's great. I guess it's tacky in a way, but at the same time, if the bottle is going to represent a fragrance that's going to be like a champion fragrance, something that's going to be out of this world, then it fits the bill, I guess. Unfortunately, oh God. So I don't even know if I can do this little mini review without. Oh shit! There goes my sample onto the floor. I'd hate it if I stepped on it on accident, like broke. It'd be too bad. Then I would never have to wear it again. So I don't think I can do this review without getting a little upset and offensive, because this stuff is utter I said I wouldn't swear anymore. It's utter crap. Ugh, good God. Like, not even teenager. I wouldn't even recommend this to a teenager. I'm sorry. Teenagers, you could literally find a fragrance from Hollister that smells better than this. Actually, I do like Hollister SoCal. Just throwing it out there. It's, nice scent. Nice tropical scent. This is just garbage. It is so synthetic. It's a mess. I was really looking forward to it for two reasons. A, people were comparing it to the same people that were saying that, quit bashing the fragrance. It's not that bad. I heard that this was somewhat close to, Fierce. And Fierce is one of my favorite fragrances. Other fragrances that are like Fierce are Mont Blanc Legend and, of course, Chanel's Platinum Egoist. I love both those as well. This stuff, I don't see a single thing that is relevant, even in the note breakdown, other than woods and oak moss. Those are the only notes that are even the same notes in the note breakdown. But this is just so bland and blah. So I'm going to tell you what I get out of it. I get diarrhea mixed with crap and toilet paper. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Sorry. Just calm down. So what I got out of this fragrance, I get a definite synthetic grapefruit. Okay, it's tart yet sweet. The sweetness is coming from some kind of, I want to say like a very synthetic mint, but mint's not in the note breakdown. But I get like some kind of synthetic mint, watery accord, and it does say sea, like sea breeze or oceanic accord is in the note breakdown, but I don't get like an oceanic feel out of it. I don't get salt. I don't get like the ocean smell. It's more just like a watery, synthetic, minty grapefruit vibe that I get out of it. And I just hate it. I'm gonna be honest. It's just not. It's not good. And I believe the big bottle of this goes for like 85 or 90 bucks. So nobody's winning with this stuff. You're not gonna smell good, and you're going to break. If you're in high school, and you're like working and stuff, kind of breaking the bank a little bit. Probably takes like half a paycheck or a paycheck to pay for this bottle. Do yourself a favor and steer clear of it. Now, the one thing I will say is I tested this out, and just so you know, I you know, put myself through torture to kind of get back to you guys with what I thought about this fragrance, because I did not want to wear this at all. I sprayed it on my hand, and I was just like, this literally is kind of turning my stomach a little. I don't know what it is. There's something about this that just kind of puts me off. It's just a synthetic mess, and what I mean by synthetic is, yeah, most fragrances have synthetic notes in them. What I mean by synthetic, though, is it feels like it has a very unnatural, chemically smell to it. You know, most synthetic notes, as long as the perfumer is good at blending, can make it, you know, smell somewhat natural. With this, I just get like this industrial, mass, you know, produced, disgusting, awful cologne, and you know, they wanted it to sell, and I think it probably is doing okay because A, you know, Paco Rabanne 1 million is a huge bestseller for Macy's, and then B, it has the, you know, stupid bottle, which I think a lot of teens will be attracted to, because everyone thinks that they're Superman when they're a teenager, so obviously they're all champions. But it's just crap. But the one thing I will say, when I was testing this fragrance, it lasted long and it projected well. Just off of the 4 or 5 sprays that I used from this little sample here. Little spray sample. I sprayed a couple on my arm, one on my chest and one on my shirt. And it lasted a good 8 hours. Projected well. And other than that, I didn't really get any good feedback. I didn't get any compliments or anything. I don't always get compliments with whatever cologne I wear, but most of the time, I usually have somebody say something to me at some point in a day, truthfully. Whether if it's somebody I know saying, you know, oh, I like the way that one smells, because, you know, most people around me know that I'm crazy and collect all these fragrances. Or typically I have a lot of girlfriends, friends that are girls that I hang out with, and, you know, typically if I hug them or whatever to say hi or goodbye, etc., then they'll say, oh, you smell good. But I didn't get any of that with this, and I, you know, it was only one day of wearing it, but I was actually at a concert wearing this fragrance with a lot of drunk people. Now, I got hit on a lot, but nobody ever said I smelled good, and that's actually not a very common thing. I always get complimented on my cologne. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not exaggerating. Typically, when I'm in a large group of people like that and I hug somebody saying hello or whatever, somebody says, you smell good. You know, whether if it's just, you know, you smell good or whatever. Because like I say, most people know that I do this whole cologne thing. So, but in any case, this stuff is just utter shit. I'm sorry. There we go again. I don't know. I'm just really, really unimpressed with it. I'm upset that Dominique Ropion and Olivier Polge have their names attached to it. Why? I almost wonder if it's like a marketing ploy, because I don't see, like, when I smell this fragrance, it doesn't smell like anybody blended anything. It smells like they threw some shit in a freaking, you know, margarita mixer. Just said, here you go, stick it in a bottle, a tacky bottle with that, and sell it. It sounds about right. Other than that, I get nothing that's appealing about this fragrance at all. I think it's crap, and you should just do yourself a favor and don't even bother smelling it, because it's just shit. It's crap. Alright. Did I get my point across?